Ain't it funny how someone can come into your life right when you need them, right when you need them. It's funny how certain things can show up in your life right when you need them, right when you need them. I hang on sometimes till I think I'm gonna bust. I remind myself repeatedly that it's in God we trust. Right when you need them, you don't know where it's gonna come from. Right when you need them, not always when you want them. Right when you need them. Sometimes I think I can go on. Let me tell you, I know how that feels. Then I realize that if I'm alive, I'm already moving on. And I look down, and there ain't no training wheel. I'm flying. Right when you need them, 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 you don't know where it's gonna come from. Right when you need them, not always when want them, right when you need them, right when you need them, right when you need them.
Kyle got a new guitar. Yeah. Kyle got a new guitar because he listened to the divine idea that was being expressed within him, and then he acted on it. It's a true prosperity story, and he'll be glad to share it with you. All you gotta do is ask, right? Yeah. Yeah, because God prospers us through divine ideas. The idea that I'd never had before till I came to Unity was to think of God as a divine mind. As a mind. And we are all ideas, thoughts held in that mind. And that God prospers us by expressing ideas in and through us. You could think all day on that. That's quite a concept. So it's not so much that I'm here to do things, but I'm here to be something. There's a really famous Unity book. It's called What Am I? By Imelda Shanklin. Has anybody ever read that book? I know several hands. It doesn't say, who am I? It says, what am I? I am an expression of God. What am I here to express? Recently, some of y'all know I went to Los Angeles for the weekend. I was so blessed that my friend flew me out there to officiate at his wedding. And while I was there, I got to spend time with Reverend Arlene. Some of y'all know Reverend Arlene that was here before me. And she said to say hi to everybody, that she's doing great. She has a little church outside of Tustin, California, and that's where she and Christopher live. They get 20 or 30 people on Sunday. She's very happy. Christopher is doing well. And she took the train into the city to meet me Friday morning. And we went to the Gratitude Cafe. Has anybody ever heard of the Gratitude? Yeah. Well, I thought it should be called the Unity Cafe. Because I walk in and on the door it says, I am prosperous, I am loving, I am compassionate, I am courageous. And when you look at the menu, all of the food is named different divine ideas, like compassionate, dazzling. I'll have a glass of radiance, please. So when they bring you your food, they serve it to you and they say, you are courageous and compassionate. And I said, well, thank you for that. You know, I think it has something to do with Ram Dass, because it says love, serve, and remember on the wall. And I had to look that up. That's a Ram Dass thing. Remember, he wrote the book Be Here Now back in the 70s. You know, this stuff that we're teaching is not new. However, it's everywhere you look these days, right? Oprah, spreading it everywhere. I remember the very first time that Oprah came out of the closet spiritually. She had Eckhart Tolle on a webcast, and I watched every episode. And in the very first one, I lost it. I started crying because she started naming off all the different countries of all the people that were listening in that day. And she started talking about, this is what I've always wanted to teach, that God is everywhere present all the time. Where have you heard that before? God is everywhere present all the time. It's what we call our statement of being, our statement of truth, that there is only one God, absolute good, everywhere present, all the time. And that this God operates, this good operates in and through our lives by a process called the law of mind action. My good is my God is my good, right, Kyle? You know, when we were planning the service this week, Kyle was texting me, what about this song for the solo before the talk? I'm not feeling it. What about this song? You know, we're like going back and forth. And we're trying to figure out with our brains, like what would be the song to play. So I turned off my phone for a minute and I went back in my little room I have at my home that's got tapestries on the walls, and I have a futon. I can look out the window of my garden, and I sat on the futon and I started praying, and I was affirming that this mind, the divine mind, knew exactly what the perfect song would be for the highest good of each person in attendance and watching on the internet and listening on iTunes. And then I said, amen. I turned my phone back on and I said, hey, guess what? I just wrote a new song. Bam! There it is again, the divine mind, the divine idea. There is a purpose for our lives, and that's to express what we truly are. You know, my mother told me when I was a little boy, when you grow up, you can be anything you want to be. You could be the president if you wanted to be. And so I got the doing mixed up with the being. Because what we're really here to do is to be ourselves. Joanne Morton has been coming to our church now for about 4 years or so. And we were talking last week about an event that we're going to do on September 3rd, a Unity Spirit Fest, right out here in the parking lot. Joanne is really helping us to organize that and get it going. And we're having a conversation. I said, wow, your life is so different today than it was when you first started coming here. Look at all the things that you're doing. You're helping to plan major festivals in Savannah, Food Day and Earth Day. You have your Savannah Bazaar that's the last Saturday of every month. 3 to 8 on Fawn Street near Bay. It's great. It's a lot of fun. You're editing the Well-Fed magazine that goes out to people all over Savannah. You do gratitude circles in the square. Like, your life is amazing. And what she reminded me was it's all based on the 3 divine ideas that she started affirming years ago of magic, passion, and love. So I asked Joanne if she would come and share that testimony with us this morning. Thank you.
Good morning. So, divine idea. That's what it's all about. I've been on a spiritual quest for 16 years, and I'm really grateful that I find the time and the courage to listen to my divine ideas that come to me. And like Reverend Dale said, in 2003, these 3 words came to me: magic, passion, love. And at the time, I was a struggling artist living in New York City, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? I need money, not divine ideas. But instead of just pushing it away, I kept it and I held it. And over the last, 2003, 16, whatever, 13 years, I've come to understand that I am wanting to feel good being me 24/7. And I have a right to do that. I deserve to be feeling good 24/7. But I also know if I want to feel good being me 24/7, my second affirmation today was, I take responsibility for my life. It's my responsibility to feel good, and it's a choice. So when 2010 came around and I had another divine idea to leave New York City and everything I know to travel around the world, the States, to share this idea of magic, passion, love, again, I'm like, I don't have any money, I don't even have a car, when am I going to do this? But I trusted, and I hopped on the train, and Spirit guided me to this area. So in 2010, I arrived to Savannah and Tybee Island, and one of the first things I did was I went online, and it was like, spiritual centers, Unity of Savannah came up, and I was like, all right, I'm going to get there eventually when I got a car. And so I started coming, and I'm in awe of how much has manifested for me because I have the courage to listen to the divine idea and to take action. And one of the Unity principles that we talk about is thoughts plus feelings equal outcome. And the other thing I told Reverend Dale the other day was like, you gotta add another one. Thoughts plus feeling plus inspired action creates your outcome. And I am determined to continue to create my reality that makes me feel good. And this means everywhere I go, I practice my spiritual practices all the time. And because I was able to just stay firm and just be consistent about what it is that I want for my life, I was able to attract this awesome job, Well-Fed Savannah. And I'm not going to say it was easy because in 2014, at the end of 2014, I found myself having no place to live, no money, and no job. And it was a little disheartening and a little frustrating and a little sad and a little thing, but I had been coming to Unity. So I would come to Unity. So if you'd see me in Unity back then, there were many times I would just be like sitting in the back with tears and releasing, but I love the crying tears because it's so amazing. And I didn't let myself get hung up on how crappy my life felt. I stepped into the power of what I know could come. And I worked with Marguerite, Psych K, give a little shout out to Marguerite. I took her Prosperity Plus class and I came to Unity every Sunday, even when I wasn't in the mood to be all happy and huggy. But I knew. And I was just talking to somebody else earlier, even if you're not in that mood, it's okay. You don't have to be. I mean, that's what I love about Unity. It's inclusive, you know? It's everybody's welcome, no matter what your mood is. So, but since that time, since I started, you know, coming here, I took the action steps to find the job that I wanted. I didn't just keep going on Craigslist looking for these stupid jobs. I actually started asking people that I knew, hey, I'm looking for work. Hey, do you know anybody? And I ended up calling up Renee Turan, who's the owner of Well Fed, just for a coffee date. And he offered me a job. That was over a year ago. And so now, here I am, standing in front of you, telling you that if we just continue to just step into how you want to feel and actually live it. I love that fake it till you make it thing because it totally works. It totally, totally works. And I also say this too, because sometimes people say, oh, I can't talk like that in my job. Why not? Well, how can anybody not appreciate being positive? How can anyone not appreciate when you say you're grateful? When somebody starts talking to you about, oh, this is really bad, blah, blah, I go, you know what? I understand, but what's going good in your life? I have stopped people, stop them. I don't want to hear you complaining. Let's talk about what's good, because the moment we make that change, so much unfolds. And that's why I'm so excited to be working with Unity to make the Spirit Fest, because if you haven't been to Savannah Bazaar, totally come, because it's the last Saturday of the month. But I'm really making the effort to bring the principles into when I organize something. Because what I'm so excited about the bazaar is there's about 30, 40 vendors that come, but every one of those vendors are stepping into the life that they want. They're creating the life that they want. So maybe they have a job during the week that they go to, but on this last Saturday of the month, they're an artist, or they're selling their bags that they make, or they're, you know, promoting the gardens that they're wanting to promote. And that's what I'm so excited about, giving people an opportunity to shine their light, because every single one of us has a purpose. And there's no reason that anyone should feel like they're not allowed to give their purpose, because we need it. And I personally think it's your responsibility, but that's another story. But so the Saturday and Labor Day, September 3rd, we're going to need lots of help to bringing this together, because I am out in this community a lot, and I talk to everybody about, you know, Unity principles and law of attraction and mind, passion, love, and everybody wants it. And everybody knows that it feels better if you're feeling positive. So we have such an opportunity to really uplift the entire community of Savannah to understand how important their particular mission and their particular value is. And if we invite them to this event, oh my gosh, it's going to be just like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so much fun. And it's so much easier if everyone helps out. So if everyone does a little bit, no one has to do it all. And it's more fun when you're working together. So there's a sign-up sheet out there, and it just says put your name on it, because we're going to have an info meeting at the end of June, and we'll pick that date. We'll let you know. But if you're interested in being part of the production team, or the hospitality team, or the marketing team, talk to Becky or myself, and we'll really make this this event something just so spectacular. And then one more thing. If this is success, imagine if we did this in 2017, like at Lake Mare or in Forsyth Park, and invite all of the spiritual community together to really come together, because we know there's one mission in life, and that's God, and that's love, and everybody has that in their power. So I am so grateful for my community here at Unity, and I am really grateful for having this opportunity to share this with you and to continue to step into my own power so that we can all be empowered. So,
Thank you, Joanne. So I went to her bazaar, I think in February, and I said, let's do this at Unity, right? So we're going to set up tents in the parking lot out here. We're going to have different vendors. We're going to have food. There's going to be music in the sanctuary all day. And this is a great way of getting the Unity message into the community, because people don't know what they don't know, right? And they don't know that they want this unless we share it with them. Like They used to say this all the time. I used to go to this little church hidden up on Montesano Mountain in Huntsville, Alabama, and they said, well, unity is the world's best kept secret. And I was like, well, why don't we go and tell anybody about it? Well, when they're ready, they'll find us. And I think that that idea is, it's time to release that and move on to, like, get your phone out right now and tell everybody what you're doing. Like, this is really great down here at Unity, and we just heard Joanne spoke, and take pictures and let people know I have a new public figure page on Facebook, so please go and like that. I'm going to be sharing inspirational videos and messages. I have a blog. We're working on updating our website because we know that unity is an idea whose time has come. A divine idea that is manifesting in the mind that is Unity of Savannah. See, we are an organism. Together we make up an entity called Unity of Savannah, and it has a purpose. And the purpose is what we say every morning, every Sunday at the beginning of our services. We are here to be joy, unconditional love, inclusive, transformative. This is your spiritual home. And if your life has been transformed by the teachings of unity, don't you want the people that you love to get some of this too? Right? Because Joanne is telling us our fifth principle. That it's not enough just to know these principles, but we have to practice them as well. And we have to share them with others. Now, I'm not saying that I want you to go door to door and knock on people or sit out in the park on Saturday and go, excuse me. Can I tell you something? Right? All you have to do is be the light that you are. When you practice these principles, your life changes. My life changes. My life is pretty darn good these days, but it wasn't always this way. You know, I used to live feeling like there was a giant rock over my head all the time. The impending doom was my normal state of being there for quite a number of years. And that's why I am so grateful to the people that came before me to carry this light so that I could live happy, joyous, and free. And now it's our turn to carry that light for other people. So don't ask what the world needs. Don't ask what the world needs. Spend time listening for those divine ideas that want to be expressed as you. What's your magic? What's your passion? What do you love? And then go out and be that. Be that. What makes you come alive? I wake up in the morning, I sit on the edge of the bed, and I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for another day. What makes you come alive? Go and be that, because the world needs people that have come alive. That life is inside each and every one of us. And all we have to do is just stop and pay attention. So let's do that right now. I invite you to put your hands on your heart again. Take a couple more deep breaths. And feel the life that is not only within your body temple, but it's all around you in this room. We are living in the high vibration this morning. I feel the power of life within every cell of my being. Feel the life of God moving in and through you now, doing its mighty work within you. Know that you are more than you think you are. If your life is good, it can get a lot better. Because you are the life and the light and the love and the wisdom and the beauty and the truth of God in expression. You are glorious and magnificent. I am glorious and magnificent. Let's say that together. I am glorious and magnificent. I am the glory of God made manifest. Together. I am the glory of God made manifest. And I let my light shine. Together. And so it is. Amen. Amen.
Well, you got the right to be happy. You got a right to feel blue. You got a right to keep on pushing, or you'll go through changes you don't